Welcome for those of you who are joining me today. It is my absolute pleasure to show up in this way and to be with you and to really share with you that which I feel called to share. So, with it being Easter weekend and with the very profoundly powerful energies of crucifixion and resurrection, I really felt called to talk about death, to talk about death as a natural part of life and a natural part of growth. So before I get into that, I want to take a sincere moment to reach out into the hearts of all of those who have experienced any sense of loss throughout this most challenging time. So, for anyone who has lost a loved one, my deepest condolences to you, and also sending out a heartfelt prayer for all of those that have left this plane at this time. May their souls find eternal peace, eternal love, and come back into the loving arms of God. So, death can be a tremendously difficult process. And starting with the experience of death outside of us, a profound sense of loss that occurs. And I would just like to share in this moment that the entire process, the entire grieving process is normal and okay. Everything that is within your experience during this difficult time is absolutely normal. For us to process such a big event, it's okay for us to go through anything and everything that may be arising. So I have personally never experienced somebody very dear and near to me passing away. I had many people in my family pass away, but I have left my family when I was a really young child. So moving to Canada when I was 7 years old, there wasn't that sense of attachment to very close family members. So their passings haven't been so intense for my experience. But I know that working with clients and having one experience in regards to a death, I remember when Michael Stone died, it actually quite profoundly affected me in a way. And I have met him once at a lecture, and I remember being so angry that he left all of us, and so angry that he just was such a profound figure for so many people's growth and inspiration that he just chose to leave. So I remember anger being a really, really big part of it, and also working with clients and reading a lot about the stages of grief. Anger is definitely a big one, and sadness and disorientation, confusion. So all of these big emotions may be coming up, and especially when this is an event that occurs at such a challenging time for all of us, it can be that much more intense. So I just want to reach out and send my love and support to anybody that is going through that difficult experience of loss during an already difficult time. So, coming to speak a little bit about the inner experience of death. So, the life-death cycle is most natural on so many levels of our being, so many levels of this universe, this nature, this entire existence. So, I would like to extend an invitation to just really look at all aspects of death as being a natural part of life and a natural part of growth. So, in order for there to be new life, in order for there to be a sense of growth and evolution, death must occur. So, when we look at death from this perspective, it can bring a little bit more ease to the difficult experience, a little bit more acceptance. And with these energies of crucifixion and resurrection, there is a tremendous energy of death within our own selves, within our own psyches, our own sense of identity, our own sense of knowing. And I have been going through many deaths throughout this spiritual journey and throughout this awakening. But the most profound one, which was really the novelty of the experience that probably made it that intense, was in the summer of 2018. And this death was tremendous for me because it felt like the universe had come and literally wiped my entire mind, and with it all of my dreams, all of my visions, everything that I had envisioned for my entire life, for my existence, had been taken from me. And this sense of death was really only processed through a tremendous amount of grief. So, literally releasing all that has ever been within me through my physical tears, which really helped the letting go process. And then I would like to share my experience with a big part of death that happened during this time. So a few nights ago, actually, it was the night before Good Friday. So this death energy has been coming to me since maybe last week, since last Sunday, where I'm experiencing, all of my ideas and everything that I have ever known at a deeper level, sort of disintegrating and not holding as being true. And a big part of my grief and letting go and processing and creating that space on Thursday night was this death of a tremendous desire that I had that I didn't even really know that I had. So it was this profound desire to have knowledge, which I think is so present in each and every one of us. So it was the death of everything crumbling and me coming to this very well-known state for my existence of the feeling of not knowing anything. It's like you're a blank slate and you just don't really know anything. And then I had experienced that so many times before, but this time it was different because I actually connected with this desire that I had deep within me to know. and how profoundly I wanted to know that it was really making me so emotional, and I had to cry so much to let it go and to allow myself to be in this space of not knowing, to allow that desire to leave me, because I can recognize how much suffering it had caused me and will continue to cause me if I don't let it go. So I know that the collective energy at this time is very powerful, and that many people are awakening to deeper truths, which is causing them to have to let go of their egos and all of the illusions. Maybe you're experiencing having to let go of your dreams, something that you've always wanted for yourself, something that you've always wished for. Maybe letting go of your personality and who you showed up to be in the world as. Death of the personal will. There's so many different ways that we can experience death, and none of it is easy. It's not an easy process, but if we can simply surrender to it and be with the entire process, it has a tremendous capacity to create the most fertile ground for us, to create the most rich soil for a new beginning and a new rebirth. And I remember when I was working at the jail on a year contract, one of my dear friends and many of the people that were my co-workers were Christians and read the Bible and were really well versed in the Bible. And I remember my friend told me this one story, where this little girl was being asked by God to give up her teddy bear. And God had been holding an even bigger teddy bear behind his back that she wasn't able to see. So she was being asked to give up her teddy bear that was really small, that she was really attached to, without knowing that God had an even bigger one for her. So I just want to remind everyone that this is such a beautiful story that resonates so deeply, but the bigger the sense of loss that we experience, the more space that we can create for something bigger to enter into our lives. So maybe you're going through a huge transition where you can't go back to the career that you once had. You can't continue doing what you've been doing in the world because it is no longer in alignment with your personal truth. These are profound shifts that we are all going through. So I want to extend my deepest prayers for ease and for grace in your experience. And to simply know that this is all creating space for something new to come in. And this is where our faith and our trust and our belief, our knowing in God really is of a tremendous help, but it's so much more beyond that there's no words for it. So my hope is that this is all bringing people closer to their faith, to their truth, to their trust. And through the process of meditation, we are actually practicing and training ourselves how to deal with moments like this, how to sit with the loss, how to be with what is. So with that being said, I would love to invite you to come for a sitting, to come into a space of stillness. And I very much encourage you to come to an upright position, to sit tall in the spine. This is very helpful for our own conditioning. So we can begin to condition ourselves for when it's time to come into the practice, for when it's time to come into a sharpened state of awareness, a more alert state of being. In this way, our mind-body will automatically learn that, okay, now it is time to come into our witnessing self. Now it is time to pay attention, to practice, to come into the breath over and over again. So wherever you are, come to sit tall. Come to lengthen the spine, to feel as though you've created space throughout your torso so that your breath may flow freely throughout your entire body. And just knowing that it's totally normal for the mind to have so many thoughts flooding in, to have so many distractions. This is part of the process, and it's okay. It's teaching us how to be non-judgmental with ourselves, how to persevere, how to accept that which is. It is all part of the process of coming closer to your inner self. So do not be discouraged. And know that you can come to the breath at any moment. It will be there, waiting for your arrival. You may close your eyes if that feels comfortable for you. And maybe you'd wish to take a few deep breaths into the body to settle into this moment, to settle the mind, the body, taking a deep breath in and sighing out the mouth, releasing. Deep breath in through the nostrils. Sighing out the mouth. And another deep breath in. Letting it go. And returning back to your natural breath. Beginning to tune into the breath. Beginning to anchor your awareness into the breath. And really inviting a sense of curiosity into your inner world at this time. letting go of the distractions, letting go of the mind and the stories, the thoughts, the busyness, the planning, the analyzing, the thinking, the searching, the seeking, letting all of that go for just this time. For just this moment, allowing yourself to have a break, from the conditioning and the programming, the automatic processes. Simply knowing that if at any point your experience becomes overwhelming, you may wish to ground by feeling your body on the floor, on the chair. If your feet are on the ground, tuning into the bottoms of the feet, maybe even placing your palms onto the earth and really connecting to the earth beneath you. At any time when you're ready to tune back in, you come to connect with the breath. You come to notice how the breath is feeling in the body. You tune into the expansion as you breathe in. And you allow yourself to surrender and to let go as you breathe out. Expanding, opening, relaxing on the in-breath. Intentionally releasing, letting go on the out-breath. Consciously creating space in your awareness to notice how your body is feeling at this time. To tune in to the body and to receive any of the body's messages. Paying attention to any physical bodily sensations. Paying attention to any emotions, any states of being. What do you feel in this moment? Return back to your breath. Is there anything that you are resisting? Can you become curious about that experience of resistance? Can you really tune your awareness towards it and observe it sharply, attentively, intentionally, watching and noticing with non-attachment? Simply allowing for your experience to unfold in its natural way. Has the resistance changed? Has your breath changed? What about your experience now? When we allow things to be as they are, without any attachment to things that may feel good, without any avoidance of that which may feel not so good, we automatically begin to cultivate a sense of compassion and kindness towards ourselves, towards our experiences. So, can we show ourselves kindness by simply observing that which is? By allowing the space for all of our experiences to unfold. Knowing that we can always come back to this very moment through our breath, through our body. That which is coming is also going. Nothing within the realm of our experience is stagnant. Nothing is the same. No two breaths are alike. All that is within a state of impermanence. Coming back to the breath again and again. Softening throughout the entire body with each breath in. Letting go with each breath out. Take a portion of your awareness. Allow it to dwell within your lower belly. Consciously begin to release any holding within the lower belly. Softening the space. Also tuning in to your sacred heart space. Allow these 2 points in your being to have a portion of your consciousness as you continue to maintain an awareness on your breath. Continue to bring your breath at the forefront of your awareness. Can you begin to depend on your own self to bring yourself back? Beginning to empower your being to bring yourself back to the breath again and again. Accepting all parts of yourself, allowing all the parts to be there in your awareness, within your attention. Simply knowing that all parts of your being, all that is within existence, is worthy of love, is worthy of forgiveness, is worthy of being seen. So allow yourself to see all that is within you from a space of non-judgment, non-attachment. That which continues to arise within our awareness again and again. Most times often comes to be seen, to be felt, to be processed, so that it may go. And if we simply allow this process, we can then begin to move on and to create space for new experiences. So all is worthy of our attention. And we use our breath to ground and to anchor, to maintain a regulated state of being. Continue to nurture your connection to your breath. And if you'd like at this time an energetic transmission, you may wish to say yes. Bring your awareness to the bottoms of your feet. Allow the connection between the bottoms of your feet and the earth underneath to truly open so that you may begin to receive the nurturing and the energy and the support that is available to you in any given moment from the earth herself. Feel your connection at this time. Allow your roots to ground and to grow deep down within the earth, connecting to her center. Allow yourself to make this connection so that you may receive the nutrients in each moment, the support and the love that is there for you. Feeling your heart connecting to the heart of the earth. And now feeling the love from her heart rising up from your roots, coming in through the portals of your feet and coming up to illuminate your being, to illuminate and to nourish each cell in your body. And allow her love to extend beyond you, beyond the crown of your head, beyond the boundaries of your body. Allowing yourself to become a radiating pillar of her love. And receiving her love, knowing you are worthy to receive. Come back to your sacred heart. Rest in this space. And continue to receive. We allow ourselves to receive so that we can also give. Knowing that when we allow ourselves to receive, we also allow ourselves to truly give from a wholehearted space. Stay with your heart, stay with your breath. Bring your palms to touch in front of you. Take a moment to bow down towards your palms. And use this time to express your gratitude. Say that which you are grateful for. Allow all of existence to hear your thankfulness, to receive your thankfulness. And in your own time, rub your palms against one another. Cover your eyes and open them to come back to the space. Thank you all so much for joining me throughout the sitting, for taking the time out of your precious day to sit with yourself and to receive. This is the most that we can do. And this is the best that we can do for ourselves, for our loved ones, for our world. May you be well. May you be in perfect health. May you be in deep peace and harmony, gratitude. May you feel so loved. May you know your worthiness. May you be happy. Thank you, thank you, thank you all for being here. Blessings to each and every one of you. Have the most amazing death and rebirth and beautiful, beautiful, beautiful Easter weekend. May we create the space for the Christ to anchor within us. Blessings.